Welcome back, my great viewers, and thank you for joining today's deep dive into one of the most fascinating topics in the world of coin collecting, a world where ordinary coins can become extraordinary treasures, where a simple piece of change can hold a story worth millions. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most surprising and captivating discoveries in modern American coinage, the 2011 Liberty Dime, a coin that in some extremely rare cases has been valued at an unbelievable $18.5 million. This incredible jump from its humble face value of just 10 cents to a multimillion-dollar masterpiece is due to its astonishing minting errors, production mistakes, and rare mint mark anomalies that make it one of the most extraordinary coins ever found. So sit back, relax, and prepare to enter a world of mystery, rarity, and hidden value, because this small coin tells a story far bigger than its size. The 2011 Liberty Dime, part of the Roosevelt Dime series, was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most efficient and technologically advanced mints in the world. By 2011, minting errors had become much less common thanks to digital advancements and laser engraving technologies that increased precision in the coin-making process. However, even in an age of near perfection, mistakes can still happen, and when they do, they can create something that collectors will treasure for a lifetime. The 2011 Liberty Dime is an example of that very phenomenon. While millions of 2011 dimes were produced and circulated normally, a few remarkable pieces were struck with unique characteristics: doubling, planchet errors, off-center strikes, and mint mark variations that elevated their worth to a nearly mythical level among coin enthusiasts. To truly appreciate why the 2011 Liberty Dime is so valuable, we must first understand how coins are made. Each coin begins as a blank metal disc called a planchet. These planchets are fed into massive presses that strike them with dies containing the coin's design. The obverse of the dime features the profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a design introduced in 1946 to honor him after his death, while the reverse displays an olive branch, torch, and oak branch symbolizing peace, liberty, and strength. On normal coins, the mint mark D appears neatly to the right of Roosevelt's neck, signifying that it was minted in Denver. But in some of the most extraordinary examples of the 2011 dime, this mint mark and even parts of the design itself show unexpected distortions, misalignments, or doubling. These anomalies transformed otherwise common coins into priceless collectibles. One of the most sought-after errors on the 2011 dime is the doubled die variety. This happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned during the hubbing process, resulting in the design being impressed twice at slightly different angles or positions. The result is a distinctive doubling effect visible on the coin's text or features. On the 2011 dime, this doubling has been observed on the inscriptions "Liberty" and "I in God We Trust," and even on the digits of the year 2011 itself. Some examples show clear shadow-like outlines around the letters, while others exhibit more subtle distortions only visible under magnification. These doubled die coins are incredibly rare, with only a few known examples confirmed by expert numismatists. Their uniqueness and historical significance make them exceptionally valuable, and collectors are willing to pay fortunes to own them. Another remarkable anomaly that has been identified in some 2011 Liberty Dimes is the repunched mint mark, often referred to as an RPM. The Denver Mint's mint mark is added to the die before coins are struck, and in rare cases, the mark was punched more than once or slightly misaligned during the process. When this happens, you might see evidence of two overlapping Ds, or a faint shadow of a second mark slightly above or below the main one. In the case of the 2011 dime, a few coins show this repunched mint mark error quite clearly under magnification. RPMs are particularly appealing to collectors because they reflect an era of minting when even small human errors could lead to unique creations. Although automated systems in the modern era make such errors exceedingly rare, the fact that an RPM appeared in 2011 makes these coins even more desirable and historically significant. Off-center strikes are another error that has elevated certain 2011 Liberty Dimes into the realm of multimillion-dollar treasures. This type of error occurs when the planchet, the metal blank, is not perfectly centered in the press when the die strikes it. The resulting coin may have part of the design missing on one edge, with the opposite edge showing an unusually wide blank area. The degree of off-centeredness can vary. The more dramatic the error while still showing identifiable design elements, the more valuable the coin tends to be. For example, an off-center strike that still retains the date, mint mark, and Roosevelt's portrait partially visible is incredibly desirable. Some 2011 D dimes have surfaced with such dramatic off-center strikes that they are virtually one of a kind, fetching astronomical prices at auction. Die cracks and die breaks also play a role in making certain 2011 D Liberty dimes valuable. Dies are metal tools used to imprint the coin's design, and over time, these dies can develop tiny fractures due to the immense pressure of striking thousands or millions of coins. When a die with cracks is used, those imperfections can appear as raised lines or patterns on the surface of the coin. These natural cracks can form interesting shapes and patterns, sometimes running across Roosevelt's face or through the lettering, creating a unique piece that no other coin shares. Certain 2011 D dimes have exhibited die cracks that are unusually pronounced or located in distinctive positions, making them prized by collectors who seek out unique varieties. Another fascinating error that can occur during the minting process is the wrong planchet error. This happens when a coin is mistakenly struck on a planchet intended for another denomination. For instance, a dime design struck on a smaller cent planchet, or even on a foreign coin blank, would result in a piece that is completely out of the ordinary. While such cases are extremely rare in modern minting, the few discovered examples command staggering prices. There are reports of 2011 D dimes struck on planchets of slightly different composition or size anomalies that make them incredibly rare and valuable. Now, let's talk about the historical and technical context that makes these errors so significant. By 2011, the U.S. Mint was using highly sophisticated minting machinery, which made production errors far less likely compared to earlier decades. Therefore, when an error coin does emerge from this era, it is considered even more remarkable. The Denver Mint, in particular, has long been recognized for its precision, which makes any anomaly from its production line all the more extraordinary. The combination of technological perfection and human oversight means that a 2011 D dime exhibiting visible minting mistakes is not only rare but nearly miraculous. The rarity of the 2011 D Liberty dime errors also means that collectors around the world are competing for the few known examples. Auctions featuring verified double die or repunched mint mark dimes from this year often attract intense bidding wars, with final prices reaching into the millions. The coin's small size and humble appearance contrast dramatically with its enormous value, reminding collectors that true worth lies not in size or appearance but in rarity and uniqueness. Let's consider why collectors place such high value on coins like the 2011 D Liberty dime. It's not just about the metal or the age, it's about history, rarity, and the narrative each coin carries. Every minting error tells a story of imperfection in a system designed for precision. It reflects a moment in time when machinery, technology, and human craftsmanship intersected in a way that produced something unexpected. These moments of imperfection are what make coins like the 2011 D dime invaluable, not just monetarily but also historically. A perfectly struck coin might be beautiful, but a coin with an error tells a more compelling story. The doubled letters, the misplaced mint marks, and the misaligned strikes all capture a piece of human and mechanical history. They remind us that even in an era of automation, mistakes can slip through and those mistakes become treasures for generations to come. It's fascinating to imagine how these extraordinary coins are discovered. Often, they're not found in museums or private collections but in ordinary places. A handful of change from a store, an old coin jar sitting forgotten on a shelf, or a collection inherited from a relative. Many of the most valuable coins in the world have been found purely by chance, and the 2011 D Liberty dime is no exception. Imagine realizing that a dime you've had for years, a coin you've barely looked at, could be worth millions. That sense of discovery, of finding hidden value in something so ordinary, is one of the greatest thrills of coin collecting. The market for rare coins, especially those with documented minting errors, continues to grow as collectors seek out unique pieces with compelling backstories.